Forza Motorsport has admitted defeat to Gran Turismo. I've never seen anything like this. This is insane what I'm going to show you in this video. That we know Gran Turismo and Forza have gone head to head. Two very similar racing games, loads of cars, loads of different tracks, loads of ways to play online, single player as well. But Forza has been, it's been a mess. I've been very transparent about that with you. And they've come out with this extraordinary statement. I'm going to let you know what it really means in this video. So here we go. They say, we're taking a moment at the start of the year to thank you for your support and feedback since launch, reflect on some of the things we've learned, and share what you can expect from us in the coming months. They're committed to publishing quarterly updates like this one to let you know where we stand. That is big language. They are saying, look, we have failed. We tried and we failed, and we know that a lot of you hate this game. We know a lot of you don't feel like you're getting value from this game. We know a lot of you are not continuing to play this game. They go on to say, we have been heads down on adding cars, track, patches and other improvements. We want to acknowledge the top 3 areas of feedback we haven't addressed directly first. Get your popcorn out in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed. This is going to be absolute fireworks. Look, yes, they've been adding cars and tracks. We know that because they probably kept it behind. They probably had them ready for launch, but they just kept them behind so they could add them in early patches. We saw that with the Aston Marina. We saw that with some of the cars that came as well. So what are these things? Car progression. Oh, such a hot topic. I spoke about this so much in videos at launch. We know that the progression system in Forza is a divisive topic. We've been gathering feedback from a variety of sources. And by the way, that includes this YouTube channel. They watch these videos. So your comments to these videos, what I'm saying, this is giving them feedback, and they are taking that feedback on board, and now they're going to act on it. And also surveys to players who may not be as active. So look out for those surveys as well. The guys and girls at Forza are listening. Gran Turismo do the same, but they're less open about saying this. So, car progression. We know it's been a divisive one. If you don't know what the fuss is about, Forza have made it really difficult to just apply upgrades to your cars, to go into the tuning menu, slap on a massive turbo, change your tyres. They've hidden it away behind a grind. The idea being that people will spend longer playing the game, and it's backfired because people aren't. It's clear from looking at feedback that while many of our players are enjoying the system, for many others it isn't delivering the upgrade experience. That's because, like I said, people just are not playing it. People are not upgrading the cars. A goal with these changes is to retain what is working for those that enjoy it while resolving the issues many of our most dedicated players have with the system. Look, I wasn't the only YouTuber saying this at launch. People like AR12 Gaming, also very vocal about it. Some of the other hardcore Forza YouTubers also saying, look, I see what they're trying to do, but I don't quite get it. I think it's going to actually just prevent people from engaging with the car system. And I don't really care too much about leveling up my cars. I'm doing a lot more spec racing. I would have more fun, I think, doing the open racing and the tuning racing if I was more easily able to upgrade the cars. I rarely go into those sections, which is a real shame because the spotlight system they have and that element of the live service, I think is a really good idea. I think it's a really good idea to celebrate a particular car, you know, and a different car every week, and then you work up to a grand prize of a car, and you're learning that in the community. That's great. The problem is we're just gated by this like almost like mobile-esque XP grind system. You know, you play like these terrible mobile games and then you have to wait like so many hours for a cooldown. It's almost like that in a way. It's that sort of mechanic. So this is a big change for us. It's a fundamental change to the way the whole game works. Gran Turismo had a similar sort of issue at launch with the tuning that they were very easily able to flip. Forza won't be able to easily flip this, and you can see it here. They say addressing it is a top priority for the team. However, it's going to take some time. I can't believe they come out with this statement, by the way. This is kind of crazy. They're putting their hands... I mean, this is Game of the Year. Forza. This game was voted Game of the Year by judges. What were they smoking? Make the necessary code changes and thoroughly test those code changes. So we're going to see a Forza Motorsport 2.0, and that might really unlock the potential of Forza. It might, you know, completely reinvigorate it. But it's something that I think they could have avoided at launch. I respect them for going for a different system. I just think it seemed to... It put the cart before the horse, as a saying. It assumed people were going to love the game so much. We were going to grind and we were going to spend a lot of time just upgrading these cars, or it's not even the right way of saying it. It's not upgrading it. It's like just putting miles on them to be able to upgrade them. And it hasn't worked like that. So they put their hands up and they're going to change it. What else are Forza going to do? I hear you cry in the comments. Don't worry, I got you. Here we go. Forza race regulations. We are aware that Forza race regulations are not working as intended. Inconsistent or unfair penalties, ramming, being pushed off. Here we go. High-speed collisions not having penalties. Low speed have them. It's important that we capture all the data. So the next few months we'll be working with some long-time competitive Forza Motorsport players. I'll put my hand up there. I've been playing a lot of Forza to gather direct telemetry from them while they're playing. Now, this is very interesting because Forza spoke a lot at launch about their incredible new AI system that was running the penalty system. AI is a buzzword right now, and suddenly turns out that everything runs on AI. And to say that they need to get more telemetry, I think they said in the launch it was like 5,000 different types of ramming the AI could identify. So maybe that AI wasn't quite as impressive as they thought. I've got to be honest, I think they're holding themselves to quite a high standard here. I mean, the track limits are track limits, but they're black and white. We've got the track limit indicator, which is great. The penalties in the race, it's a bit like football used to be before VAR. You're going to have inconsistent penalties. That's that's why iRacing in the regulations they say we don't even try and apportion blame. It's impossible. Gran Turismo penalty system, I would say, is even worse than the Forza penalty system. But very interested to hear from you in the comments what you think. This is obviously a priority for them. I think there's more to it than actually just working out when to give a penalty. I think they need to do something that is going to psychologically dissuade people, disincentivize people from ramming. I think it's a much more of a societal issue online in Forza than the recognition of the penalty system, if that makes sense. And I think it probably has more to do with the way they schedule the races, which is they schedule the races immediately so they don't allow splits to form, unlike you have in iRacing and you have in Gran Turismo, where basically you have an entry period, and right up till the close of the entry period, it sorts everyone into splits. So the highest splits are the cleanest drivers. Forza doesn't do that because it sorts you immediately. It's a completely back to front way of doing it. That hopefully that makes sense for you. If not, then ask in our Discord because we can explain it. So that's an interesting one. I'd hope they're not aiming for the wrong thing here. I don't think it's a penalty system itself that is the cause of bad driving in Forza. I think there are other more important reasons for that, but I'm happy to speak with them and explain. What else have we got? AI. We've seen some feedback about our AI's driving behavior. Yes, we have. I've done a comparison against GT Sophie. Abruptly braking and slowing down, not accelerating out of exits, braking too hard on mild corners, and following racing lines too strictly. We understand how important it is to have fair and competitive AI in Forza Motorsport, and our top priorities in early 2024 are addressing overly aggressive AI, I don't care too much about that, while also getting a cleaner race start into turn 1. Now the Forza AI, when you compare it against Sophie AI, is just nowhere near as good. Like Sophie AI, if you look at my comparison video, which will be at the end of this, is miles and miles and miles better, and I just don't think Forza are going to be able to compete with that in this game. They need to go to the drawing board on that. So they talk about their drivatar AI and all this kind of stuff. It's pretty clear that the AI in Forza is pretty poor, but like I've said before about the penalty system, I think the issue here is a little bit misplaced. Forza does a good job, I think, of allowing you to customize your race experience way better than Gran Turismo in order to have a good race. So you can choose where you start, you can choose the assist, you can even lock your camera view, right, to get more credits and stuff like that. So you can really customize it, and you can adjust, therefore, how difficult to make the experience, and we just accommodate the AI as part of that. Gran Turismo, ironically, gives you way fewer options to do that. So you can go into custom race and try and artificially do some stuff, but it's not really baked into the experience. If you want to race Sophie, you choose your Sophie level and off you go. And the Sophie AI is pretty much still the same sort of like Gran Turismo, really weird experience where you start a long way back and it's all a bit artificial like that. So Forza, at least you can do like a race and choose when you'll start. So the Forza AI is something they're looking at, but again, that's not a quick fix. to me it feels like to me it feels like they're worried, and I feel for them because it's it's an incredible game they produced here, and it's become a bit of a meme in the racing community. I've really tried. I've done I must have done 25, 30 race videos on this YouTube channel about me racing online, and the evidence is there. You look at those videos and you decide if that's an experience you want to have, if you want to play this game or buy this game. So I think they're trying to just really reassure people. The 3 areas mentioned above are just a few examples. We care about the other issues too. They're being worked on, iterated, and being given careful consideration. So they're basically astonishingly accepting that the game is not where they expected it to be. I find it funny that obviously you wouldn't say all that stuff at launch. You wouldn't launch the game and be like, oh, the AI is quite poor, penalty system's not great, and we've really messed up the upgrade system. But everyone knew that because people like myself, I'm gonna give you my honest opinion at launch. I don't get paid whether you download Forza or don't download Forza. I don't get paid whether you download Gran Turismo as opposed to Forza or vice versa. I'm just gonna give you my honest opinion because when I was growing up and thinking about getting these games, I wanted someone to give their honest opinion, so I knew. And so people knew the issues about the game for a long time. And there's nowhere for Forza to really hide now. And there is a good experience in Forza. If you look at my series on the Logitech McLaren G Challenge, that's a really fun experience. And that is the essence of Forza at its complete best, which is driving these incredible looking cars on incredible looking tracks on this leaderboard system. The cars are difficult to drive. It doesn't matter because you're not on track with other cars. So you can really sort of get into that time trial experience. It's when you go online, or when you race in these big single player races, then the game starts to fall apart a little bit. And I really hope they can fix that, because actually the big issue is, and I want to hear from you in the comments, let me know in the comments what else they should be addressing. I think the way they are doing wheel implementation of Forza is no good, honestly. And I'm very happy to give them my steering wheel settings and put stuff in as presets and say, look, do you want a light steering wheel sensation? Do you want a really heavy wheel steering sensation? Just select this preset, because the way they're doing that, I can't imagine that there's people who buy an Xbox, buy a G29 and download Forza and they're like, what the hell is this? This is pants. So let me know in the comments what else Forza need to address. It's a good thing I think they're doing it, but there's a long way to go to get this game to be what it deserves to be, which is a great racing game on PC and Xbox, and I really hope it will happen. So check out these other videos here now of me playing Forza so you can see exactly what is going on in the game, and I will see you next time.